I am.
We meet again.
Yeah.
So, I want to give you the cheat codes. All right. So, we got a long way here to arrive from Barcelona. It's a little bit hot.
Little bit.
But very good. So, we're in the middle of Alps. How's the name of the place?
Cold.
How?
Cold.
We were
Crolles.
how we were calling it all day? Crolles? Crolles?
Crolles. If you want.
Okay. All right. Tell me about yourself. Let's start from here.
Well, I'm known on YouTube or social medias as Niko Slash, but my real name is Nicolas. So I didn't.
Nicolas. And you said that you have a Spanish surname.
Yeah, that's right. My real name is from Spain.
Okay.
So some of my family is from Valencia.
Valencia, Spain. How did you start with music? How did everything happen? Why music?
Long story short, I started when I was 8. Started to do classical guitar for 3 years. Then I stopped.
Was it your thing or was it a parent's thing?
No, seriously, I really wanted
yours.
to do it. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember how it started, but as soon as I started, I loved it.
You were like,
And I was
guitar.
pretty good at classical guitar,
Okay.
to be honest. But I didn't like the music theory that comes with it, you know?
I started with flamenco, if you know it. My father was a flamenco guitarist.
Oh, that's great.
And I also started when I was 3 with flamenco guitars.
That's cool.
Till, I will tell you what. We'll go.
Okay. No, but same year, we were playing like waltz, you know, like
Oh, nice.
stuff like that. It was pretty great, but yeah, I stopped when I was 11 because of the music theory. I couldn't stand, and I wanted to play football with my friends. So I started again when I was 14 by electric guitar, and that's where I discovered Slash.
How did you discover Slash? What was that moment that dragged you to electric guitar? The moment that you were like, okay, I don't want to do classical guitars anymore, and I want to do like electric. I want to play rock.
I was 14, you know, so you know it is.
The
You want to make sound. You want to be a rock star.
Okay.
Because I was 14 in the middle of early 90s, so it was just the time for Metallica, Guns N' Roses.
Okay.
One of my friends made me listen to Guns N' Roses, but I wasn't such a huge fan, to be honest. First, it was too much for me. But then another friend of mine said he came with the two, you know, the VHS when we had
The cassettes.
Yeah,
that
the
you have to
cassettes.
put it in. Yeah. it
Like
was
young
amazing.
people can understand that,
Yeah.
but that was the holy grail at this time, and he gave me the two VHS of Tokyo '92 from Guns N'
The
Roses.
Japan live show.
Exactly,
That's
and
the show.
that's
That's
the real show.
Okay.
And then that's where it all began, I think.
What was your first guitar? And do you still have it?
My first ever guitar was a copy of Les Paul called Mason.
Okay.
In
That
French-
was when you turned to electric, or that was your very first?
No,
guitar?
that's when I turned electric.
Turned to
My
electric.
father was kind enough to offer me a guitar and an amp.
Okay.
So the amp was crappy, called Drive. The brand was Drive.
Okay.
It was really crappy sound. The guitar was pretty cool because I didn't know anything this time, but I learned after that it was a Korean brand. It was pretty cool, made in Korea, and
Nice.
it was a
So
good
It
copy.
was like a Les Paul replica.
Exactly.
And you don't have it.
No, I sold it when I was young, and
Did you ever try to find that guitar?
no, I never tried. But one day maybe I will try.
To find it.
Yeah.
Where it's gone.
But it was 40 years.
Because you do lots of guitar trading and
No.
buys and sells.
I didn't, to be honest. When I had my second guitar, my first real Gibson, because I can tell you later, but my father was crazy enough to buy me one. He paid in 60 times for me to have it.
Wow.
So it's here.
Okay.
That's my
So
first.
you got your first actual Gibson here in
Yeah.
the collection.
That's my first Gibson I had when I was 16,
Nice.
and that was my main guitar, my only guitar for 20 years, until I met Slash. I made him sign on the top, and
That's the second one, I think. Or the third one.
that's the second one
The
you can see
second one
here.
in a
So
row.
you have the double neck
Yes.
first, and the second one is a
Cool.
96 standard.
Beautiful.
It's a really good wood era. I didn't know because I bought it new,
Yes.
but now 90s Les Paul are really.
A question from guitarist to guitarist. Each one of us, we have our some sort of things that other people don't understand. Like, you show me the guitar. One reason I didn't play it because I usually don't let people play my guitars. That's one thing. I was like, oh, I want to just touch it and play it. I was like, no, I'm not going to touch it. We all have over this kind of weirdness that all of us got a little bit. When you pick up your guitar, what does it mean to you? How does it translate your feelings, emotion, thoughts? What is guitar for you? Let's call it this way.
It needs to please me, you know. I need to love it at first sight. That's because today I'm also doing some business guitars. I'm buying and selling a lot of guitars, and I do exactly the same as I would pick if it was for me. Means it needs to appeal me, you know. It needs to be appealing. I need to see the top. I need to see the mojo.
It has to have the it in it.
Exactly, the mojo, you know.
Yes.
You can feel it. I bought some guitars from Japan. I have one here too, a Yamaha. It's
They're
a quilted
good
top.
guitars.
Yeah,
They're
and
good
they are
guitars.
for people who know Yamaha, they are always best Les Pauls with best woods. And so I don't have choice. I can't go to Japan and play it and see if I like it or not. So I need, by looking at the guitar, if it will sound good or not.
Yeah.
So I could be wrong. So far I was right. You can feel it, right? I don't know
Have you
for
been to
you,
Japan
but
or not?
sorry?
Have you been to Japan
No,
before?
never. I would love to, just because of the Les Pauls.
What is your favorite guitar and why?
So as I would say, I think it's pretty obvious. It's the well-known Slash's Jessica.
Okay.
It's a Les Paul who was made in '87, 3-piece stop like this one actually. It was not a shitty guitar, but it wasn't such a good guitar. It was a not prototype second, but yeah, a used one, something like this. And Slash got 2 from Gibson. He had to pay for it, which is a crazy deal when you think that now is the ambassador.
We have to do.
You always have to pay with
You
Gibson.
have to pay.
Anyway, yeah.
If you think you're playing Gibson and Gibson will just drop you free stuffs,
You're so wrong.
you're so wrong. You have to be honored enough just to play it.
Exactly.
That's all. Okay.
So it is what it is.
You
So
know how much he paid for Jessica?
Wait,
Do
me?
you know how much he paid
Oh,
for
he
Jessica?
paid. I think he still had some off, you know, because
Yeah,
he was
sure,
a
of
Gibson
course.
artist, I
Okay.
guess. But yeah, not that much.
How much? We got there.
If you think price of standard should be around, I don't know, for today price 2K,
Today is 2.5 approximately.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think he got 20% off. I think that's what he paid
Back
for.
in '87,
Back in '87.
that was still a lot
Yeah,
for
that-
'87.
That was still a lot
For
to have
87.
two of them. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, the two twins, the two perfect twins. One he
Nice.
named Jessica first, and one he named Stephanie, I think.
And they're the same. The color, everything is the
Exactly the same. Just
Okay.
he didn't like the shiny effect on it,
same.
and
Okay.
so he had them refinished at the beginning.
So it came as a gloss,
Yeah, it was
but then
pretty
it was
glossy.
taken off.
It
and
took
did
off
the
the gloss
VOS on top.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So and then you can see it on every tour actually.
I heard, if I'm not wrong, on one of the interviews that Jessica was actually his #1 tour guitar.
That's it.
So it was just like touring with it, and then he was like, "That's the thing.
Yeah, it
It
was.
has something in it, you know."
Because now I'm lucky enough to know Slash, you know, personally. I sold him some guitars. I brought him a real burst. I talk a lot about guitars with him. And for every tour, he's searching for new guitars. And not necessarily big custom shop he could have from Gibson for free now.
Yes.
Or maybe not. I need to ask this. Even Slash, I think he has to pay. I don't know.
yes, I
I
believe
think
so.
so. But yeah, lately I sold him a 90 standard.
A 90, which you traded with this beauty.
Which I traded with this, to be honest. Yeah. So they are not expensive guitars. They are
Yes.
standard guitars.
That as it was in '87.
As was the 87
You
first.
know, there's the things. Guitars are like what Joe Bonamassa, for example, is doing. The Guitar Safari. That's the thing. You have to go. It's like going to a secondhand store. You know, like you have to go search between the studios and Les Pauls, and sometimes even like Japanese or Chinese model, and then you come up with something really good. Sometimes
Exactly, that's the
that's
most,
a Jessica.
the thing we love the most.
Yes.
It's not to play the guitar, it's to search for it.
There was, I asked a guy who's like a super collectioner in guitars. And I asked him why you have only Gibsons. I'm a Gibson artist. I love Gibson. We will come with the story of why I love Gibson. It's a similar story to yours, but still. I asked why you don't collection PRS guitars. He said, because they're amazing. I'm like, it doesn't make sense. What you mean they're amazing? Okay, they're amazing. Why don't you collection them? Say, look, they all come out with perfect top, with perfect flames, with a perfect paint. They all sound the same. They all sound perfect. There's nothing collectioning about them. I'm like, wait, what you mean? He say, look, Gibson, they're all good, but they're all different. Even you get like 5 standards, all of the 5, they sound different, they look different. The binding, the paint, the wood, the flame, they are all different. So you go and search what you like exactly there.
We love the issues with Gibson. We love not to be able to go here with the neck.
You want to show yours?
We love the open G to go out of tune, to be honest. We like this string to sound wrong.
If you're live, you're playing show, you go out of tune, you don't even need a tuner, just tune the G.
Exactly. That's what we all learn with experience, that when it's out of tune is the G. Usual suspect. Exactly.
All right. Tell me, I don't know if we can call you a Slash fan. We could do that. We could call you Slash fan.
I'm a definite
number
definitely.
one.
I know some crazy people, but yeah.
I would call you a number. You're educated enough. And well, there are just fans, and then there are you who actually like talked to him, met him in person, traded guitars with him, etc. How it started, the story, why Slash? Is there any other influencers, guitarists that made a change in your life somehow, in your playing, in your skills, in your life? And the story of how you get in touch with him the story of how you met him first time, maybe on the shows, concert, and how you met him in the real life.
It's the same thing, actually, but yeah, I will tell that.
So the first time you met him.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't go to concert for nothing, you know. I need to meet the artist, you know. Okay. No, so nobody knows, but I was a huge fan of Jimmy Page. That's how I enter into the electric guitar thing.
Okay.
And a bit later, Marty McFly.
I can see a little bit of Jimmy Page and Slash both on a double neck.
Exactly, right? I wanted a black double neck, but I also I only found a red one, but that's crazy guitar. Because my father was listening a lot to Led Zeppelin. Yes. And that was my first hit, because I was born in 81. Mm-hmm. So I was maybe 5 or 6 when I started listening to music. And it was Led Zeppelin. Slash wasn't there yet. And he played a Les Paul. And I heard Stairway to Heaven. A classical story, really. Yes. And when I first started with classical guitar, I was trying to play Stairway to Heaven. So that was my first artist. And when I saw those famous VHS or cassettes from Tokyo, I was like, wow, what the fuck is this man? He's not human, you know? Yes. He's doing a solo with a gold top.
I think Slash changed the... Like, yes, there is a legendary guitarist, Les Paul, Jimmy Page, B.B. King, etc., etc. But they were all guitarists. Slash came on at an age that when he was playing first, I wouldn't say that it was the playing that actually changed it, but it was the look that he had.
The attitude.
It was the hat and the attitude and the style and the cigarette and all fun, like...
But it wasn't fake. It looked real for us as kids.
Yes,
yeah, that's really him. Yeah, it wasn't a costume, you know. It was him.
For all my life, I'm still searching for the jeans he used in November Rain.
Yes.
Which goes a V-cut, half leather, and there is his jeans.
I'm sorry, bro. He's the only one able to wear this. Yeah. If you try it will look ugly. I'm pretty sure.
I did. Man, I will show you. No one saw those photos. I have photos. When I was around 14, 15, I had exact Slash hair. I'm curly. Don't look at me now. Now I'm bald. That's stress. That's stress. That's taxes.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm bald and fat. But I was tiny, and I was wearing the leather pants, and I had I'm curly as hell. I had it like this. But now that I look back, it looked ugly.
It's the only one.
Only he can wear that hat and that jean and looks amazing on him.
He could wear anything. He looked great.
Yes, that's true.
That's what we loved as teenagers, I guess. He had everything, but his guitar playing, was like, I don't know if it's time to talk about this, but his playing was, we never heard something like this.
Yes.
I mean, it's powerful, but for people who know the song November Rain, you have 3 solos on it. the last solo is one of the most epic he ever played.
That was why I fall in love with electric guitar first. That was for me. It was November Rain.
It's a good reason because
Yes.
you have everything in this song, and the outro is insane. It's like being dark, it's being fast, and he plays a crazy guitar.
It's impossible
solo.
if you know music and you listen to the end solo of November 8, you don't get goosebumps. It's impossible.
Yeah, exactly. He
And
has
it's
a
just
gimmick, yeah.
2 steps on the piano, like 1, 2, and so like,
And you
here we
already
go.
recognize it.
Yes.
But on the same song, you have the two first solos
Yes.
that are pretty slow.
And hard.
Not, with
The
not a lot
bending
of
is
notes. I have students today. I'm teaching the two
Yes.
first solos of November Rain. They love it, and they say, "Oh, that's easy." I say, "No, it's not
It's not.
easy. It's cool, and so it's even harder because you need to put some feeling on
Yes.
it. You can't hide between some shred thing or big licks. No,
There's a robotic playing,
exactly.
like speed mechanics playing, and then actually playing. Like there was someone's like, "Oh, why you guys like shake guitar neck? Like it doesn't make a difference." I'm like, it does make a difference.
It does make a difference. Everything makes
It
the
makes
difference.
a
Actually.
difference.
And with those two solos, yeah,
Yes.
on this song you can understand Slash. He can play fast, and he decides not to. That's the most difficult thing to do in guitar.
Question to you. While we're talking about November Rain, the guitar on the November Rain, is it the Joe Perry guitar or that's the Tobacco Burst?
To me, it's the Joe Perry guitar.
That's a Joe Perry
It's
guitar.
the real 59
Okay.
of ex Joe Perry at this time. Yeah.
But there's a little different, to me, maybe I'm wrong. I might be wrong. But when I watch the music video and then I see the actual Joe Perry's guitar, they look kind of different.
That would be a huge deal if it wasn't, because we all think, me first, that it was the Perry, but maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, like, maybe I'm wrong on making conspiracy theory. but when I saw the Joe Perry, maybe it's aged, whatever. To me, it looks like more of a Tobacco Burst, dark on the sides, more of like a yellowish orange in the middle.
I thought the same thing, because in the video and the real life, yeah, it doesn't
They're
look like the same. But to me, it's just or lighting or the aging, because that's a real
Post-production
59.
aging, yeah, okay.
Now, and I'm sorry for Gibson to say that, but I hate the new finish they put on it. Your guitar in 30 years will look the same that it looks now. That's not what
That's
we
a
want.
Nitrolac, yes.
Yeah, we want the guitar to age, to change color, and with the real 59, that's exactly
That's
what
why
happened.
you get the custom shops.
Exactly.
Or Tom Murphy.
if you're rich enough, yeah, you can call Tom
Yes.
Murphy and have the perfect one, but that's something else.
All right, you didn't finish with the story of how you met Slash.
So, well, again, long story short, so I started my YouTube channel doing some Slash covers.
And when it was?
It was in 2011,
2010
10 or 11, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, almost 15 years ago. Because I thought that people would be as crazy as I am and would like to have every note.
Yes.
No, not just an idea you can find with tabs online or stuff like this. Or shitty books, we
Yes.
all had the same one, the cherry, I don't know what, with Use Your Illusion. It was full of, it was so wrong. Wow.
Bad, yes.
Anyway, and you knew it, even if you couldn't play guitar, you
But
knew.
there was the only things you had back then. There
Exactly.
was not like the Google or
No,
buying on websites.
We did
there,
on
there was like
YouTube.
few books in the shops. My first book, I'm fully self-taught by the book.
Yeah, but
It was Troy Stetina, Heavy Metal Lead Guitar. if
I
you
know this
that.
book.
That's amazing book, man.
problem is, we had
That's
5
amazing.
books at the time.
Yeah, that's amazing book.
It is.
It is, and it's interesting, but it's actually teach you blues, not heavy metal.
Yeah.
Like Heavy Metal Lead Guitar, Volume 1, Volume 2, by Troy Stetina. That's amazing blues book,
If a teacher is good enough and you want to play, let's say you want to start guitar and play metal. If your teacher doesn't start with blues, I think he's wrong.
It's wrong, yes.
Everything comes from, that's a cliche, but everything comes from the blues.
That's true.
Yeah.
So 15 years
So
ago.
yeah, I'm sorry, I talk a lot,
That's
but
me.
so I started my YouTube channel just to enjoy myself.
Okay.
And I think that's the key for everybody. I had a lot of questions like, oh, I want to start a YouTube channel. How can I do to have subscribers or followers? I say, no, that's not the good point.
Yeah.
You need to do what you want. And if it's good enough, you will have followers.
Exactly.
If you search for them, you won't have any. And so it pretty grew up fast. And back in 2014, I made the cover of Slash made a song for the video game called Angry Birds. We had on the phones.
Wow, I didn't know that.
He made the soundtrack for one of these Angry Birds, Spaces, something. I don't remember the name. And I did a cover because I was, that's crazy. Oh, a new Slash song, I need to cover it. And actually, the Twitter account of Angry Birds retweeted it, and Slash did the same. So I think that's the first day he noticed me, you know? So, but at this time, I was not well known, but I was known by some people in the Slash world, starting on Facebook and thing with the Slash armies. They are, for every country, some people from this or this country created some fan page, and
forums.
Yeah, exactly. To promote Slash and to say, oh, I love Slash and share what he was doing. And I knew someone from Slash Army and from Slash Army UK. They are called Lucas Ferraz and Rage Kelsey. And those two guys were already in contact with Slash because Slash was, at this time, pretty much following every Slash Army. And I think they also interacted with him and say,
"Oh,
see this crazy young French guy is doing some crazy stuff with your songs and stuff like this." And all of a sudden, in 2014, it was July. I kept the email when Twitter sent me, "Oh, Slash is following you," and that means that you can, in Twitter means that you can send him private message.
Private message, yes.
And so the first one I ever sent to him was in the Knocking on Heaven's Door solo in Tokyo. Was it improvised or not? He never answered because it's such a shitty fan question. Like, oh, I love your hair. What shampoo do you use? You know? He doesn't care about that, but I was a fan, you know?
Yes.
So that's how it all started. And this same year, so it was in July, and in November, it was in Paris. 2014.
2014.
So I started in 2011, and already in 2014, I had the opportunity to talk to him. And in November of 2014, he was in Paris with SMKC, with the band. And so I asked him, hey, if I go to the show, can I meet you? And I never saw any Slash show. Not Guns N' Roses because I was too young. And so that was my first show, and I met him backstage after the show. That was my first meeting with him.
Is it the photo you have with the Jessica?
Not the photo with Jessica. That's another story. I met him 5 or 6 times.
Okay.
No, the first time it was in Paris, and I was fucking nervous.
How did you feel yourself the first time you get in touch, and then the first time you actually meet him?
I was shaking first. I was excited
because we're adults, but we're not.
No, exactly. Well,
we're not. We're like little kids.
Women could relate that. We have one here that could say exactly the same. We are grown-up men, but I think we still are kids. All the men on the planet are kids until they are 50, 55. We are kids. We love toys. We have to.
And we just stopped talking about it, but we continue. We die as a child.
Exactly. So when something reminds you when you were younger, you act like if you was a teenager.
Right.
And that's what happened with him. But so the first time it happened, it was backstage. So we were like 50 people backstage, but no Slash. Slash was in his own room, you know?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the two managers say, everybody okay, it's finished. We need all to go out. And she pointed at me and my wife that was there too. No, you two, you stay. Slash wants to see you. Oh, man, it was the best day of my life.
Nice.
Me? You think me? No, I wasn't acting like that. I was like this. And so everybody was out. I was the only one with my wife. And he was upstairs. And he went down like this. And man, I don't believe in God or stuff like this. But
I start believing.
I can tell you that it was an aura around him, an halo.
I didn't used to believe till last year. Let's start from this. Then something happened in your life absolutely out of a sudden. You know, I was the kind of guy that I always was saying I did it all by myself. It was my hard job. It was my hard work. It was me efforting. It was me fighting. It was me. Until I got to the real deep shit where I couldn't do anything. And then the things that happened was like, first time something happened to me, I would call it miracle. I was like, well, it's coincidence. Things happen. Then it starts just raining. I was like, I don't know, should I call you, I don't know, Jesus or Islam or it's Buddha or it's energy? But there is something. There's something listening to you and is like, you want it? Do you really want it? Here you go. You know, but you should really want it. That's what.
I don't believe in God, but I believe in karma.
Yes,
Means
the energy.
if you're nice, energy, what
Yes.
you do, if you work hard, then you will have something. Don't do it and waiting for it, but if you
You have
do
to
it in an
really
honest
want it.
way,
Yes, true.
it will happen
is true.
eventually. Yeah.
Cool. And you get the guitar from him. How that happened?
This one,
This one.
it
Is it the only one? It's the only one.
that's the only one I got from him. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I help a good friend of mine, Todd, to have some Slash's guitars.
I'm going to meet Todd.
Oh,
We
yeah. You need
wanted to
meet-
do it online, but then I'm like, no. I'm coming January to US and we're meeting.
Oh,
in
really?
US, yes.
Oh, that's awesome news
I'm
because
going for
he
Nam.
was
You
testing
can
me
come.
just before. I just sent him a short video to,
Nice.
to show him
Yes.
the all the cameras and
meeting
stuff.
him, yeah.
Because he's my brother.
He's a very good guy.
He's
Todd is
such a
amazing.
good guy. He knows a lot. He's one of my best friends now, and we only know each other since, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. That's
Oh, wow.
crazy. Yeah.
Okay.
And he was so generous with me, giving his time and everything, and helped me when it was hard for me, really, that I knew I had to help him in any way. That's what I was talking about, karma, because he never ask for anything.
Yes.
And that's why he never asked for anything, that I helped him to reach Slash and actually trade guitar with him.
Okay.
That, to me, not a lot did that. And they traded eventually 4 guitars. So they are crazy guitars. Todd will tell you more about that.
I will
but
say, I'm in touch with him. I love him. He's a very humble guy. He's a very nice guy. It's one of the guys. When I was in Nashville, there are a few guys that you always hear their name. One of them is Jim DeCole, Alex Tinker, and Todd. You hear these guys a lot. And everyone, when their names comes up, they're like, oh yes, he's the best. He's a really cool guy. He's a real nice guy. And in our world, it's kind of hard to...
yes,
whenever your name comes up, people are like, "Oh, he's such a humble guy, such a nice."
he
guy,
is.
you
He
know?
really is.
and he is really good.
He's one of my students. That's how it started. And now we have maybe a lesson a day, but it's an excuse to talk together, actually,
of
I
course.
think. So every time he got a new guitar, he wants to show me first. When I got this one, it was the first I called before I plugged it.
Oh, okay.
Because
nice.
that's our thing, you know?
I have my friends too.
Exactly, right? So that's the thing, right? It's exactly
I
what
call
we're
my
doing.
friends. I'm like,
Hey, look at this.
It's like, you want to see this? You know?
But that's also the other side of Todd. So
Yes.
here I don't know if we can see on the camera, but I have a crazy
Beauty.
a 58 slash agent sign.
Is it the copy of the first 58 burst?
Exactly.
Or it is.
So Slash bought back in 90s one of his first burst after the Perry, actually.
Okay.
And he got this 58 burst. And we actually discovered all 10 years ago, Slash also, that it was the first ever
Oh, wow.
standard. Nobody knew
And he
about that.
didn't know it.
Nobody knew
Like
because we
first
found
series
some
58,
receipts,
okay.
from Gibson
Nice.
back at this time. And yeah, it was the guitar. So Gibson made 50 copies of this one
Okay.
with agent sign. So they are rare. I mean, they are expensive now. To find one
I
is
remember
hard.
when they came. It was around 2017, I think.
No,
2016,
it was, to be honest, 2017,
2017, yeah.
for the price of 12K for the agent sign, which today will make me laugh because the new price is 40K now. So
Wow.
it went crazy pretty quickly. And so, actually, it's not mine. I'm selling it for one of my clients.
Yeah.
Really nice guy too. And so I wanted to brag with Todd because he has a huge collection. I don't. And I wanted to tell him, hey, look what I have
got.
here, right? So I called him and I didn't tell him.
Yeah.
So I say, hey, man, look what I have. He say, oh, hold on. I will take mine.
Oh, that's
And he
a
has
Todd
one,
thing.
the exact same one. That's
No
why I
way.
love Todd. But he was not bragging at all. It was just,
Yes.
oh, we can compare. We were like kids. We are both from the same year and
Nice.
from the same month. We were born almost at the same time. So we are 43 now.
Sure.
And we acted like kids, like young kids. Hey, did you see? Do you want to
amazing.
see? Yeah, great guy. I love you, man.
Todd is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm meeting him soon. Very soon, hopefully.
Yep.
You teach guitar. That's what you said.
I teach
Is
guitar
that
now.
what you do for a living?
Yeah, that's my full-time job now.
Okay.
Because it was great to do YouTube, but YouTube doesn't pay you, which is okay because I was covering Guns N' Roses songs, so I don't have the rights or the copyrights on that, which is fair enough because it's not my music.
So what you're saying, if you teach someone else a song, they don't pay you the monetization.
If you teach, that's something else. But I was covering them with the real song, so it absolutely makes sense that money go to the company or to Guns N' Roses. I have no problem with that.
For Guns N' Roses.
and I guess they have good money. But I have 4 daughters, so I need to find a quick plan to make some money. To be honest,
exactly.
And I wasn't a teacher, and I'm still not. I started maybe 6 or 7 years ago to do it. I'm a player. I try to. Okay, how can I play that? Because I feel this, I do this, I think about this. That's how I teach today. And I really believe in the fact that I'm not a teacher. You know, I like to teach the way I'm self-taught, like you.
Yeah.
So I learn as a musician. I didn't learn as a scientist. Like, they are the scales, you need to use this, because here's the third, it's the minor, it's the major, no. So I had to learn this because it's important to know. And now that I'm a teacher, an official teacher, I learned that. But yeah, it's more for fun. And I have only great students. We are all friends, actually.
Were there a time when you kind of felt like you have to do something else and not music? Sometimes that you were down. We're all men. We have these problems of feeling down and you cannot talk to anyone about it.
Yep.
So the story goes, was there a time when you just give up on all this?
No, but not because of me, but because I had crazy parents and I married a good wife. Because, well, I want no, almost that.
Yes.
But when I met her, I wasn't working because I have some health issues. Well, anyway, I couldn't work and have a regular work. And my wife was like, I'm okay with this. I don't care. Nice. That's you I want, not your money or anything. So that's how we started, actually. I wasn't
think
earning.
Every musician out there will be jealous.
Exactly,
now,
right?
They all have wife issues. Like,
exactly.
No more guitars. How many pedals you want? Blah, blah, blah.
Exactly, right?
Me or the guitar? Of course.
Show me your salary and maybe I will date you. Yes. No, she was that cool. And
amazing.
That's why I could start only by passion my YouTube channel. Not to make any money. I didn't have any plan. Not even to meet Slash, but to make money one day or to be, like a star. Or, No. And still not today, but when I started, it wasn't my plan at all. And so I had the chance to be able to do my thing, actually. If it works, it works. That's great for everybody. Yes. If it doesn't work, no big deal.
I think if you do anything constant enough, and you just do it and do it and do it and do it. If you fail, just do it and again do it. It will happen.
It will pay off.
It will pay off.
Your hard work will pay off.
Yes.
Except, for example, for guitar, I met some guy. It's not your thing. I had 2 students. I had 100 and 150 students in 7 years. Yes. I had to say to 2 of them, it was hard to say, I'm sorry, I won't take your money for lessons because that's not your thing, Thing, yeah. You're passionate, you really want, but you don't have rhythm, you don't have the ear, you don't have anything. You have without even touching the guitar. I mean, just music, and I will steal your money for nothing, and I don't want that. So let's be honest. I'm sorry.
I did something else. I used to teach sometimes when I was in college or maybe before that. I would do really hard lessons, the first 5 lessons. Like so hard that their fingers would bleed, and just wait if they would come back. If they would come back, I'm like, okay, it's actually not that hard. You were talking about the 2 guys that you said that they didn't have it. Your students.
Oh yeah, exactly. Good memory. Yeah, you're good.
I'm getting bald, but
you're good.
You're
not that old, actually. You're what, 24, 25?
No, I'm not. I'm not. I wish I was
27.
I wish I was. That would be not bad.
No,
change a few things in the past would be okay.
Yeah.
What is your practice routine like? How do you practice?
Practice what?
Guitar.
I have 4 daughters. I don't have routine. I don't have practice time. I don't have anything.
What was your practice looked like?
Oh yeah, in my other life when I was like single and with no kids. No, it was no what I
And my other life.
yeah when I was young. I that's how I learned to play guitar actually, and that's a mistake. I will say why. I was just improvising on any song I was listening to.
Nice to meet you. That's what I still do till today.
That's the hardest. That's the most bad thing to do exactly. Because, you will be good in solos. Oh, yeah. But when you will have to do a simple rhythm with your right hand, you will suck.
I can honestly say till today, I cannot do anything except improvisation.
Right? I worked hard on my other side too, but I never got the...
There was a thing when I start... my favorite... The reason I start picking up the electric guitar was Parisian Walkways by Gary Moore and November Rain. For you to know, till today, I never even tried to learn Parisian Walkway or November Rain. Like, I didn't play it.
Take some lessons. I'm a business guy.
The reason was, every time I start to play someone else's song, the skills and the techniques and the finger accent, I start adapting it to myself. And then 2 weeks later, I'm writing a solo for a studio session. I'm like, that sounds like Slash. And then I'm doing another solo. I'm like, okay, that's John Mayer. You know?
Yes.
And so it was to a point where I officially announced to all of my friends, and I'm like, guys, never ask me to play a song because I don't know any songs. Like someone was saying, we all start with OCs. I'm like, no, I didn't. Yes, I started the first riff I played on electric guitar was Crazy Train.
Oh, good choice.
And that was the first tab that came out.
Yeah, exactly. At this time, we didn't have
guitar
choice.
tabs. You said that you have 4 kids, 4 beautiful kids, and an amazingly supportive wife.
Yes.
What does home mean to you?
That's where we are today. That's my home. That's always my home. Because, as I already said, I have some health issues that I don't allow me to go outside that much. So I really need to feel comfortable at home. And
it's like your man cave and the home.
We are on the man cave here. I'm lucky, but we are here since only 2 years now. Maybe not even 2 years. No, maybe 2 years this month. So it's pretty new to me to have my man cave. So far I didn't, but I was pretty lucky and cool with this. I was pretty happy because as soon as I have my kids, it sounds again like cliche, but it is what it is.
So, home. Is it a place for you? Is it the people or is the country? What is it exactly? How do you feel you're at home?
I would say people.
It's a people.
By far, yeah.
The family or people who lives around or friends or those who support you?
I could live with family anywhere in the world.
Okay.
And for my work, I just need a connection.
Yes.
So if I have internet, I can work for
someone asked
anywhere.
me when the war started, like, where is the home for you? Like, you lost your home and house and business and everything. I'm like, give me an electricity plug and a pillow. Can I connect the amp and my phone charger? Very good.
No, but that's an easy question for me. But for you, that's an hard one. That's a really interesting one. Yeah, when your home is like, it's not there anymore, which you don't have the choice than to move. That's awful, man. Yeah. Thing. And you need to find a new home. But in your mind,
new
in your
language,
head, you know?
New home, new people, new life, new work.
But where you need to feel safe and home, as you say. So
exactly. Some of my friends, like, I was saying to my friends that they went through the hard times of moving after war, but war to them happened once. To me, it happened. I moved from Spain to Canada as a kid, then to USA, then to Ukraine. I was partially in Iran, moved back to US, then moved back to Ukraine, Poland, and Spain. And I'm like, I don't have a home. Homeless at its best.
Man, in my whole life, I moved. The far I moved was 20 kilometers.
Okay.
I'm from here.
Yes.
I never moved from this area. Mountains, that's all I know. And time to say, what we're talking about cool Jacob offline, and we are saying how cool he is.
This is the thing. This is the traditional we're going to have on the podcast, whoever's names come up to the podcast, we will have to interview them.
Yeah, exactly, right?
So far we bring Jacob, Todd, and Slash. We'll have them on
Exactly,
the show.
exactly.
So
I will call Slash to have him on
Yes.
podcast. He's coming. Are you ready for the barbecue
France?
tonight? Yeah,
Oh,
he's
nice.
coming tonight.
Amazing.
Just for me and the podcast. No, it won't happen.
I will wait.
I
We'll wait
won't
in the
wait.
car.
I have a life.
Oh, man. 2021, my office manager came to me and asked what I wanted for my birthday. And I said nothing. Just want to sit at home and do nothing at all. She asked me a question to what I answer, and we made my 2021 birthday that way. And it seems to be like super hard and not realistic. But when I explained it, she was like, so let's do it. So my question to you goes, it's her questions, but it's also my question now. What does your perfect day look like?
Oh, my perfect
Like
day.
your dream day. Imagine you have one day to live. One day. What's that one day? What you want to do? How you see it?
It will be so cliche again.
Okay.
Uh,
Go for the cliche.
First, I need my kids and my wife.
Okay.
I need them. Problem is, I love them and I love guitars. And contrary is not true. My wife, if I play right now, I can do that. If I add one note to the Switch Domain intro, she will go down and stop everything because she hates this song now.
I think everyone.
So I can't really do what I love in my life, guitars
Yes.
and family, because two together, that's...
Of course.
My daughter is playing a bit, but that's it.
Nice.
So I will have for my special day to, have some 2-hour spaces, like family, play guitar, of course. Slash will be around.
Yeah, man.
At some point.
That's cool.
If I doesn't have such big time, even if it's the last day for everybody.
I had it almost the same. When she asked me what's your perfect day, I said my perfect day would be I love guitars. So I want to perform. Like I'm on the stage performing.
We can say prostitute or not? No, not on this day. The day after.
Before wife meeting or after?
Oh, no, yeah. Not on the family day.
Not on the family day. At the midnight. Yeah, I said that my favorite day would be playing guitar on the stage and having my friends, my parents, my family, my loved ones there watching me play and having my best day. And then it could be something like, I don't know, sounds too cliche, Grammys.
Yeah, no, it's the Oscars. Yeah, go for
Grammys,
it.
play. Then after that, we go for a family dinner in a garden, wines, laughing, playing, goofing around. And then I can just simply happily die after that. And it's
Why accept the Oscars or the Grammys? Why it's not our everyday day?
Yes. So
That's what it
actually
should
we
be.
could like do it every day, and it's so easy to do what you love, you know?
Yeah. Just ask yourself, actually, what you love. We never ask ourselves.
Yes. We men, we have problems. We got responsibilities. We got, good men have problems and responsibilities, families, and it's a thing that we're not always responsible for ourselves. It's, in my case currently, I'm not married, but in my case currently is I'm caregiver to my parents. They can't work. I have to take care of them. It's myself. It's people who used to work for me. It's a lot. For you, it's your children. It's your family. I always say to my friends, to my parents, I'm like, I'm doing all of this for you. Because if it was me, I would be living butt naked with a guitar and an amp
Exactly.
on an island. I wouldn't be in a city. I would be on an island with a guitar and amp, butt naked, just swim and play. Nothing more. I would eat grass and coconuts from the tree. You know?
That's it. That's what we are.
So now that it is your case, how do you handle stress, anxiety, depression, or cope with you being responsible for things that happening around you? Because not everything always is smooth and good. Sometimes things are hard. So what you do when shit hits the fan? That's the question.
That's pretty hard to answer because, I will say it, but I suffer anxiety issues since I'm 18. So now I'm 43. So it's 25 years. So that's already my everyday life. I need to fight against my own demons like this, which is not fair for everybody.
Of course.
Aside, first my wife.
For yourself too.
Suffer
in the
that.
first place.
Yeah, but when you suffer yourself, it's one thing. But when you make suffer others because you're suffering, that's something else. Because when it strikes you, I don't know for others, but I have the habit to stay in myself. I don't know how to say that in English, but to protect myself so I don't
yourself down.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking about myself. And I mean, like a bubble, security bubble I need. And it's hard to explain for others. Even me, I don't understand sometimes. So it's pretty hard. But I'm so used to that, I would say. That
Experienced in it.
Yeah, when I suffer, when we suffer as a family, that a big problem, money, that could be another issue. That could be it happened to us. It wasn't bad, it finished great. But one of our kids hurted her pretty bad and we needed to go to hospital. I was fucking calm. Because... I'm used to suffer anxiety every day. So when a big thing happens,
you're like, okay,
I don't know if it's an habit or something. I'm in a mode like, okay, we need to do this. Yes. Yeah. It's
like, I know this scenario.
But I won't say I like this, but in those situations.
It's kind of cool.
I feel, I
have it.
I feel more normal, and I can, for the first time, I can think clearly.
Yes.
Okay, first step this, bring her to the hospital. Second thing, try not to tell her because she was young.
Of course.
That is really bad. She had the ear, it was all open. Anyway, so it was really bad. But I was acting like natural and it wasn't painful at all for me to do that.
Yeah.
I wasn't lying or I just felt real and alive, which is, and to suffer anxiety, like shitty anxiety could be anxiety crisis. It looks nothing like when your kid's hurted, but when it's that bad, you switch in a survival mode. I
had it. I've been always also asked by friends, by family. I went through a lot. Through my parents losing everything, by trusting someone, everything, the life, war, being caregiver in a young age because of my father's brain stroke. I had 12 clinical deaths. We'll talk about that later. I was in coma. I was disabled. My left hand.
That's something else.
This is like 0.1% of things that happened to me. Yeah. So now, when shit hits the fan, I'm like, and people are like, "Hey, you okay? Are you stressed?" I'm like, "No, it's fine." And then when you go through a lot, it could be childhood, it could be finance, it could be immigration, it could be anxiety, it could be mental health, it could be bad people in your life. It's different. When you go through a lot, and then you see people around you, they have everything. They have money, they got a good life, they have good people, they got good parents, they have perfect. And they're like stressed by why co-worker said today that my hair looks bad.
Yeah, exactly.
And now I'm going to psychologist for like, fuck yourself.
I thought about that, and you know what?
Yeah.
I think that's because those guys are not used to shit.
Yes.
When you used to shit, when it actually happened and it strikes you hard, you're like, okay, one more.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this. Okay, you're not smiling, but you're like, okay, I'm ready. Let's fight.
You're like, what's wrong?
Exactly.
Why everything is too good.
Yeah. And then when it's too good for two consecutive days, you're like, okay,
like,
what?
Yeah,
I don't believe in God, but something will happen. Yeah. I know that. I'm ready. Okay. It was 2 great days. Thank you. But now you can go for it.
Oh, man. Related to music, what was your most embarrassing moment? I had it. And it's the reason, actually, I am the person I am today. That was because of that embarrassing moment. I was like...
Embarrassing moment? Well, I'm thinking about one. I was not performing, but it's music related. When I first met Slash, I could speak Chinese, to be honest. I couldn't even find my words. So that was pretty embarrassing because you're in front of your hero, So it was embarrassing. But no, the most annoying thing that happened, I'm sorry to be that serious, but that's why I stopped being on stage when it was 15 or 17 years ago because of anxiety. Mm-hmm. And so far I was pretty cool with stage and I was aware of that. But all of a sudden it struck 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 3 shows in a row. And then I say, I have to stop. I'm not enjoying it.
I see.
or maybe you can take pills, for anxieties, but you're like
but-
a zombie playing,
yes.
so you don't have any feeling
not
to
you. Yes.
to go through your guitar. So what was the point? So I miss this part, being on stage, but I don't miss the anxiety part.
see.
So I made a choice, and actually that
And this is a good choice. You
But
feel
that-
comfortable with
to
it.
me that's a good lesson because if I didn't stop being on stage, I will maybe be in the same shitty bands, or okay, let's do a show, maybe we will earn 100 euros for the whole month to feed your family. No, that pushed me to, okay, YouTube started in 2010, and I was like, you know what, let's try that, and you will do all by yourself at home, safe, and let's see.
Okay, we're almost done. If you could jam with any musician,
Slash.
dead or alive,
So obvious. So no surprise
Let
here.
me finish. Slash. I knew
No
it.
surprise here.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
No,
I can have
I
some.
will change the question. If you could write a letter to a dead musician, who would it be? I don't have it here. Improvising in my pentatonics.
So improvising. To a dead guy?
To a dead person. It doesn't mean maybe not musicians. If you could write a letter to someone dead or alive, not Slash, and say something that you wanted to say for a very long time, or maybe you don't want it to say it. It's in you, but you know that if you say it or something very bad happen, or you will feel better. Who and what?
Seriously, I have no idea, because everything I needed to say to anybody I had to, even Slash included, or I did. We talked about that just before the interview,
Yeah.
right? And we were like, when you are that age, you feel the hurry to say what you have to
Yeah,
say.
you have to.
You have to, or it will.
I see
will
in my
eat you,
certain
you know?
point of life, I lost so many people and so many relationships just because I was holding my thoughts in my head.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay. The best advice someone gave me was like, always think, what's the worst thing that can happen? I'm like, lose my company, lose my friend, lose my family. It's like, okay, say it.
Yeah.
Like, just do it. Shocked.
That's what you need to say. I was talking about someone, I won't name it, but artist. Let's say artist. You're a big artist. I won't say Slash because I would change. Any big artist. You're doing your thing. You're pretty well known. You're a rock star.
Yes.
You're surrounded by people you're actually paying. You're the boss. How those people will tell you that what you're doing now is bullshit. How? How was I? Oh man, it was awesome. Don't change anything. You need to be surrounded by true
people
guys
who can give you honest opinion and critics. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, or you won't go anywhere,
Yes.
because we all need some other guys. Even when let's talk about guitar again. We are playing since years, so we think we know our instruments, but actually all the time you're in doubt.
Yes.
I thought I was great. Was I? I need your honest opinion. Was I good or not? And if you have a guy say, yeah, you are awesome, you can see in his eye,
I
man.
was thinking I play good.
You're
till I went
lying,
to
yeah.
Nashville. I step out of the airport. You wasn't in Nashville? I will take you to Nashville. Everyone's a guitarist in Nashville.
Yes.
Homeless, barista, coffee maker, washer, cleaner lady, everyone. I stepped out of the airport and there was a homeless guy with a Gibson banner. And I'm just looking at him. It was I just step out of the airport. I'm looking at the guy. I'm like, I'm not going to play anymore.
No, he's better than
Not
me.
here, not in Nashville. I'll go back play in Barcelona.
No.
Not here. Wow.
But that's other thing that makes me think about another thing that I had this question, because people
Yes.
think I don't even know how many followers I have, but I have some, right? Maybe 200K. I don't know. So people are like, wow, you're big. So first, I'm not. But let's say, okay, I'm that big. How can you do not to have, big head and think you're the best? Man, you open your computer, your phone, you go to YouTube, you kid play guitar, or anyone play
Or
guitar.
watch any Chinese kid playing guitar.
I didn't want to say Chinese, I'm sorry. But most of the time, that's them. They're really great.
they're good.
Man, they are better than you.
And
By
there's
far away.
There's an Asian kid everyone sent me.
Yeah.
Gibson guys, some friends from Orange, random people. They're like, watch it. I'm like, thank you. I already lose my confidence. Stop.
stop.
Sending it
I
over
will do some
to my
confidence because
Instagram.
people watching on my videos are like, oh wow, the guy seems, oh, new song? Okay, I will pick my guitar and in 2 seconds I found the song and I record. Yeah, sure. So I wanted to record Eugene Street Bag. You know, this fucking, something like that. I was so bad. And I wanted to see some videos on YouTube. Man, I see so many kids playing that
Rocking it
fucking
out.
great that I say, you know what? I
Nah.
won't do that.
Yes, exactly. Like to a point,
But,
you're
but
like,
that's also, I was proud of myself saying, okay, you're bad at this.
Yes.
Don't try it.
it's a point where you get humbled down. It's actually, to me, it's the best point where you start understanding life. You know, when
Yeah.
you start, when you understand, you are not the hero in everyone's story.
Exactly.
Some people can hate you, some people can love you, some people can don't give a shit about you. And when I understand it, I was like, cool, that's actually good. It makes everything much easier, you know? It's like, okay.
I did the real test. I didn't want to, but I did it. So I was doing a lot of videos, you know. I was like, every day I had comments, oh man, you play like Slash. You're the best I heard. A lot of positive things, which is great, right?
Yes.
And again, because of health issues, I had to stop for a month. Okay? After 8 months, did I miss anybody? Maybe 3 or 4 texting me, hey, how are you? Or, you know?
Yeah.
But it's not bad. It's just prove you that, man, you're not ruining the world. You're not the center of the world. Without you,
It's okay.
see, the world is
The
okay.
sunrise, the sunset.
Exactly the
the
same.
yes, exactly.
So, okay, calm down. And
Come down, do your thing, you know?
I wasn't like that already, but again, I learned a new,
Yes.
okay, when you think you're important, you're never that important.
That's
never.
true. Anyone ask you for a life lesson? One life lesson that you should
Music
give?
lesson or life lesson?
No, life lesson.
This, exactly what I said. Don't think you're more important than this guy or this guy or this guy. Again, full cliche, but that
Yes.
they are my
No, that's
what I
true.
think.
It helps a lot.
Why? Because he's black, he's less or more important than you. Why? Because he's Asian, he's poor or richer than you. Why? Because he's richer, he's more important than you. Why? Because this guy is homeless, you can't talk to him like you will be talking to a CEO.
Yeah.
What changed? Your mind. Don't do that. Don't do that. You can be friend with a homeless guy. What's wrong? You will enjoy his day.
An advice you could give to your younger self.
Believe in your dreams. Stop doubting. Believe it, it will happen because I know now.
Yes.
It
Like,
happened.
just do it.
Yes.
Keep
you want
doing
to
it.
meet Slash? I'm sorry, I just think about Slash. You want to meet Slash? Believe it.
Yeah.
Maybe it will happen.
Anything you regret in life
Not believe in myself earlier.
earlier? And your biggest fear?
Not to believe in myself anymore.
Don't you?
It's hard.
Why?
I have a self-confidence problem, but I always had one.
You say the biggest advice you would give to your younger self would be just to believe in yourself. And now you say you don't believe in yourself anymore?
Did I?
You just did.
I mean, did I believe in myself once? I don't think so.
Okay, but it's proven. And now you know it, and you're going to give that advice to your younger. You open the door, and you meet your, 5 years old self.
If you believe in yourself early and you trust that in 10 years you will not fulfill your dreams, but be just an happy man,
You told me that the biggest advice you would give someone in life would be to believe in themselves. And an advice you would give to your younger self would be have no doubt and just believe in yourself. And then I ask you, what is your biggest fear? And you said not believing in yourself. So do you believe in yourself now?
no,
Why?
because I don't know what the future is.
None of us know.
No,
But now you know. Look, you came so far. I came so far to meet you.
yes, yes,
I came-
you did.
We drive 7 hours to come and meet you. And the reason is not because you're a Slash fan or you met Slash or you have certain guitars, but because I want to only meet people like myself. These are people that started from simple life, not here,
Yeah.
simple or below or simple. And we made it in our own kind of way. I made it in my own way, and so many good things happened in the worst possible times in my life. I got in touch. Gibson sent me the Ukrainian guitar in the worst possible day of my
Yep.
life. The day that I was like thinking that I'm losing my family. They might not be alive anymore for the illness they have. The day I lost my home. The day I lost 10, 20 years of everything I built in my life. It's just gone. And I'm like, nothing. The last thing I was thinking about is something good can happen today. And it's like, here's your guitar.
Yes.
And it wasn't only a guitar, because people who they don't understand, they think, that's, you just got a guitar. That's not a big deal. No, that's the guitar that made my life from when I was 5 years old. That was every day I wake up and I'm like, I want to play guitar. I want one day to see how this is made. I want one day to know for real how this logo was there, you know?
Yeah.
It is what's built me as a person I am today. It's not just a brand or a company or a guitar, you know, it's the life path that I choose. It's like, to someone who fight all their lives and study in politics, say, congratulations, now you're the president. That's that much, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And you made it so far in your own kind of way. So why you don't believe in yourself?
You could be proud, like looking back, you know, saying, "Oh, finally I did something," you know,
You
on
did
my
a
own.
lot.
But actually, that doesn't how it works for me. I speaking for me. I don't know for others, but for me, it's hard to explain. You know, every time something happened, like when Slash followed me
You
first.
have that smile. I'm sure that's when something good happened. You're like, ah.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
When Slash started to follow me, like
Okay.
it was a dream. I didn't even think it was possible. Everybody I knew told me, "Oh, you deserve that." My question was, why? What did I do more than any other? And that's the
lot.
thing. I don't think I deserve anything. I think I'm lucky. And I had a lot of luck on the past years. So
I can call it luck.
You can misunderstand,
You
yeah.
started YouTube channel very early.
But
You
I was the only
doing
one.
only Guns N' Roses songs back in the time, Slash songs. You put it on Twitter. I'm sure if we scroll back to what you say, 2011, was
Yeah.
it 2011? Okay, I'm sure there's no Guns N' Roses or Slash covers in Twitter of someone who do it every day on YouTube and knows everything about Slash and his guitars and himself. I'm sure.
not because nobody could do that. That doesn't mean I'm better than others.
but you did
It
it.
just means that I was lucky to start it early.
No, you did it. That's the thing.
I did.
I am. It's funny. A friend of mine called me a few weeks ago. Now, it's not very appropriate to talk about it now, but I shut down my companies, all the companies I had, and everything that was related to finance. I shut it down. I was like, I'm going to go after this only
Yeah.
after this. I know so many people that they're 60, 70, 80 years old, and I asked them, do you regret anything? They're like, that I didn't follow my dreams. And that's what everyone regrets.
That's right.
And now I'm like doing everything. Me and her, the lady behind the camera, we're running like a mental health journaling company. It's a self-journaling guide, and it's very interesting. I went through it myself, and it helped me a lot. It's for men. We don't like to talk a lot about our
Yeah.
shit, and we better keep it in ourselves. But also, you need some sort of guidance. So it's like a self-guiding book. And I'm working on so many different kind of industries: music, concerts, podcast, the books, the everything. And my friend called me and say, I have a question. She's a psychologist. How did you make your first $1 million? I'm like, I just did it. She say, no, but how? I say, no, you don't. I just did that.
Yeah.
Did what? I say everything that came to my mind. if it wasn't my mind that I want to start a journaling company for mental health, I knew 60% is going to fail and I'm going bankrupt, or it will succeed. I just did it. And I did so many things, and out of million things that I just did, 5 of them worked.
That's it. No, but that's
Not
why
all
people
of them works. You have to accept failure and understand that it's the part of the process.
Yes.
It's the same thing.
We
You just
forgot
have
that.
to do it a lot. And you did it.
I did that.
So,
Yeah.
do you believe
No,
in yourself?
you can't have me. A lot of people try that. I can't be proud or anything, you know?
Okay, I will change the question because you're being kind of like holding yourself back. What's your biggest dream at this stage of your life? Here we go.
I don't want to be sad thing or, you know?
No, be realistic, sad or happy.
To be
What's your big-
fairly honest with you, if I really have to be honest, I want to be anxiety free. That's what I want.
Have you done anything toward it to help it out? I think obviously.
I used to, but I'm not the bravest guy in earth. So when it became
That's
difficult
hard,
to
I think.
fight against that,
Yeah.
I like run away.
Is there something that helps you fight it? Like something specific. It could be swimming. It could be guitar, as simple as that. But something.
No, because even 25 years later, I don't really understand that. You know, I don't understand why it strikes this here, but not here. I can be in the middle of. I went to big Guns N' Roses show. I was front row with 70K people behind me, and it was okay. And I was like, why? And even
was-
today, I'm like, why? Why it was so great? I don't understand that. So it's hard to.
And how it happened? How do you feel? Sorry for asking. I never experienced like, or maybe I experienced. I don't realize it.
Why it happened?
How
first?
it happened? No, how it looks like? How it is?
Oh,
For someone who don't understand what it's like.
it's so
having
hard
it.
to explain. Even to my wife, it's really hard to explain because you can't see it, right?
It's a physical or it's the inner feeling?
No,
It's the inner
yeah.
feeling. Okay.
You have everyone suffering anxiety at one point. You know, you have the earth like going crazy, or you
It's
know,
like you feel you want to throw up.
yeah, exactly.
The
you have
heartache, the numb
sweat.
hands.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're like you feel weird. You know,
Yeah.
but imagine that. Like again, I don't want people to cry, but yeah, I don't know. Every 30 minutes, you have something like
Something
this. Could
hitting
be
you.
the head. Could be. You know, sometimes I lose my inside ear. You know, like with space and everything. You know, you feel like weird, and you feel like even like if you drank or you know, that's really really weird and really hard to explain.
When you told me you don't drink anymore.
Yeah,
When you used to drink, did it help or no? Or it get worse?
I had to stop drinking and to be honest, smoking drugs because that's exactly why I'm suffering that now.
Okay.
I had to stop everything, and I was 18 only, so I was just young. But I abused that for 3 years, a lot of both, and so I had to stop because it wasn't. It made me more panics
I see.
to be not in my usual.
State that you
Yeah,
would like to
exactly.
be. For me, I find myself traveling, and I didn't know that's a thing until someone told me. I travel a lot.
That could be great.
A lot. And I didn't know why I'm so obsessed with traveling. I'm like, until once, a very good friend of mine is a very famous psychologist, like, do you know you're like traveling obsessive? I'm like, how's that? I just love traveling. You say, no.
Traveling drugs. Yeah.
They say you are traveling because it's an inner feeling of every time, like you're running away from this feeling of depression, anxiety, or problems.
Yes.
And for me, it was like I travel, and it doesn't matter where. You know, I could just get my car or get my motorcycle, put the music on, drive for like 12 hours.
But it's a way to run away from something
and I
else.
just get to the nature, do my things, and when I come back, I am fine. I am cool. I am fine. I do all the work. I did everything possible. Till the time the first thing happened again. Someone stressed me out. The moment someone stressed me out, I'm like, getting my backpack. And
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you run away, but
Yes.
we all do that.
But it's kind of like I don't do drugs. I drink alcohol just because everyone's Spain do.
yeah, right.
It's like you wake up for hey, you want una clara?
It's like a religion in Spain. Yeah.
See, she's laughing. She knows this. You know? Morning, you go. I was like, hey, buenos dias. Hey, una cerveza. So yes. All right. You said your biggest fear is that you don't believe in yourself anymore. Why? What made you lose your belief in yourself?
I don't believe in myself, so it's already here. I have, but it's a fake feeling actually. You know, for example, for guitar, I will take this example. You know, you can play because a lot of people told you, so it must be true in a way.
Okay.
But you can't believe them. That's so hard to express.
I know what you're saying. When someone
if
told me, wow, you're the
100
best
people-
guitarist, you said, no.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm not.
I'm not talking about guys telling you, oh, you're the best in the planet,
Yeah.
or, you know, overreacting. Okay, those guys, I don't listen to it. But I mean, okay, this was wrong, but this was fucking cool, you know? No, I will believe only the bad. Oh, you play like shit, or look at your vibrato, it's not good enough here. I will just trust the negative thing. It's so hard to trust good things on you.
I know that. What should happen that you say to yourself, I fucking did it? Or you already did it? That's the question. Have you done it? The moment that you sit alone and you're like, I did it. It happened.
Damn. It didn't happen a lot, and I don't even know if it happened once. Maybe when I realized that, yeah, you made Slash, I can talk to Slash. Sometimes you feel like lucky and you feel like, oh, wow. Again,
Your happiness.
shitty things. Usual things like getting my kids not worrying about money, you know.
Stability, financial stability.
Yeah, I have, for example, my oldest daughter, she's 25. She has some issues with her car, you know. I would like to, if I was earning money, you
As
know,
a
with
man
my
thing.
work,
Yes.
and I can, hey, here, buy a new car. That,
I know.
see, I'm
I
smiling.
know.
That's the feeling I will. It's cliche again, but yeah, that's, when you're a parent, I guess that's what you are.
What you want to do about it?
Yeah, that's something else. Well, here's the truth. So I started a guitar business.
That's what you want to talk
luckily, again, I insist on the word, it works.
It's the trading, the guitar trading.
It's not trade. I
Or
mean,
something else.
I'm buying guitars. Some I'm buying, I'm reselling it. So I'm sourcing really, again, my politic on this is I only pick guitar I will pick for myself. So if I don't like this guitar, I want, because it's a good price, I won't take it and resell to make money.
Something
No.
like Black Magic guitars. Similar to that.
Maybe.
Like you're finding rare, good guitars that... That's,
It needs to, again, call me. When I see the first
it have
picture,
to
I say,
have the
"Ooh."
it inside. It's
exactly.
like,
Again,
you play
that's
it
the
like,
same thing.
It got it.
After the interview, I will show you my Yamaha, which is over there. You will see. I saw it and was like, wow, this one is different. This one has a
Nice.
Mojo. This one is calling me. So I don't even remember what I wanted to say, but
The guitar business.
yeah. Oh, and I would like with this guitar business today, because it works, my wife is doing motorbikes lesson.
Wow.
And after that, she needs to buy a motorbike.
She's learning?
Yep.
Or okay.
She did 3 hours. Like tomorrow, right? She was upstairs, I can say. Tomorrow, she has 4 hours.
Next time I come, I have to bring my motorcycle.
Yeah.
And give it to her. She will like it.
Exactly.
It's
And
a
she wants a specific motorbike. Anyway, it costs around 8K.
Indian or
8,
Harley.
8K euros.
Okay.
I would be so proud to be able with my work. So mean
Yes.
with my, not because I play lottery and I win, or because
Earned it.
right? Earned
Yes.
it. Like I sweat a lot to have it, you know?
Exactly.
It could be like big guitar business, not with a big opportunity like, oh, you know what? I have this guitar to sell. If you sell it, I buy the motorbike. Because actually, I won't say the name, but it's happening right now. But that's not what I want. I would like to, I work hard
Yes.
here.
It's the effort that it gives it matter.
And that's a good lesson. You don't want money, actually.
I was talking to
you want to deserve it.
I was talking to Todd and I said I was so happy when I shut down my multi-million-dollar business. I was happy.
Yeah.
Because I was at a certain point, you call it lucky, I call it probably, it was destiny. It was because I was stabbed by a knife after my concert. I was in coma for 6 months. I came out disabled. I couldn't play music anymore. My hand didn't work. I was fully disabled. Life got me in a very strange way to a business. The business made me a millionaire in very short period of time. First 2 years, it was amazing.
Yeah.
I was laughing every day, buying my father a car, buying my mother a car, and it's giving that. It's so good.
It feels good.
For me, this and one amplifier, and if I'm recording an album, enough money to record an album. I'm happy. I don't need anything else.
Yeah.
You know? But it's the giving that is like...
It's a great feeling.
It's a man thing.
It's
our
You
thing.
feel proud of yourself, and that makes you happy.
And after 2-3 years, everything starts losing its sense. I understand. Shit, everything is money. The car is money. The happiness comes from that. The trips, I did everything. I buy the most expensive watches, cars, bikes, guitars, traveling. I was already like doing before war. I was like prepaying a helicopter. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly
know why.
right.
But I was like, maybe it's fun, you know?
Yeah.
So
why not?
Then I got depressed. I was like, okay. I buy my dream car, and my reaction was zero. I was like, it's another car. You know?
Because you feel better by wanting it
Exactly.
than having it.
And then when life start going down, and I have to fight again to get things, I was like, that's it.
That's crazy, right?
Now
You're not happy when you have things. You need to fight for them. You need to invite it.
Yes.
You need to, search
and
for
it's a thing. Okay. What does success mean to you?
We say that, to be proud of what you did. That's success.
What's your deadline?
I don't have deadline. I'm like, I hope someday it will happen.
What if they put a deadline today and make it happen?
Deadlines, I guess, like everybody, you put a deadline every 10 years. Oh, in my 20s, I will do that. In my 30s, I want to do that.
I believe me and my best friend did it. I want to make that happen. That's improvising, but I want to make it happen. What's your guitar company?
Niko's guitar.
Wool. Right? Here's my signature, and we keep it.
That's cool.
Deal?
Okay, deal.
Perfect. And here
And if it doesn't
goes.
work, you pay the difference, right? That's it. No, you didn't write this.
I'll give you one guitar.
Oh, thank you.
I'll gift you one guitar. And was my paper.
yeah, and that's on your paper. That's cool.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.
It was
Thanks for coming
a
here.
big honor to see you.
Same here. man.
And we will have you play, right?
Yeah, sure.
Perfect. Thank you, and talk to you soon.